We will talk about item 8.1, management of unsupported compounds without public health concerns scheduled for periodic review. The paper presented here is EWG paper prepared, chaired by Chile and co-chaired by Australia and Ecuador and Kenya. In brief, the unsupported compounds are a group of compounds not provided by the manufacturers or country members with any data in regard to these compounds. This is just in a brief. So the presentation, what are these compounds that are revoked from the 6L or will be expelled from the assessment? So we need to review these pesticides as an Arab group to see how to be used and what is its economic use in order to, if we have data, in order to be able to provide them in the GPR in order to assess these compounds, especially there are very old compounds. So we need to have a contribution at a good manner. In regard to the paper provided, it was provided in this session 35/2024, considering the maximum residual limits for several compounds, including parathiamycin, dinocap, bitrenol, and methamphetamine. These are a group of compounds. They made review because they don't have enough data or provided by the manufacturers and the country members to support the review of these compounds. Most Codex members who submitted comments supported these recommendations. Some countries voiced concerns and requested more time to gather data to support the compounds. This is an item in item 10 that Engineer Mariam will talk about. It comes with the proposals as countries we PR and CCPR in order to expedite and manage and coordinate the data and share the data along with the country members. There are no data provided as a result of the slow procedures and assessments of GMPR and the lack of data. Item 10 will serve well in the recommendation of the agenda item 8. Back to the slides, the response of the CCPR delayed decision for 1 year. The EWG re-established to examine these compounds further and present its findings on the CCPR56. We have no information what will happen, but the recommendation came and comes in the next slide. The EWG chair clarified that while the group couldn't generate data, it could help countries find stakeholders to provide support. All of that, we are talking about more data and more support for the compounds that contribute more in countering pesticides in a specific. So we need to review, and there is a recommendation to give more time for the country members to contribute the data. Also, we need to review once again these compounds as an Arab group to find any of these compounds, mostly that contribute much and the best control. Next slide. Here, This slide presents the contribution of the countries that submitted the comment on the EWG without further details. Germany, Chile, India, Thailand, Uruguay, Brazil. We're talking as an Arab group. We need to have a review of these compounds once again.
إنه تم عمل ريفوك لبعض من هذه المركبات وإحنا
Some compounds were revoked
بنستخدمها في المجال
and we are still using it in the agricultural field. That may impact in this aspect.
recommendation طبعا يعني
The recommendation
لضيق الوقت معلش أنا بعتذر.
for the limited time,
based على الدسكشن للإلكترونيك working group
based on the discussion with the working group,
عملوا recommendation
they made a recommendation of these several compounds. For example, for phentheon, parathyroid, denocab, amitraz, and retinol, revoke all XLs as no member country or organization committed to submitting a data package to support them for a periodic review by the joint FAO who expert meeting GMPR. For methimidafos, revoke CXLs in commodities like cottonseed, fodder beet, potato, and sugar, which don't have corresponding acephate CXLs. Retain all metamidafos CXLs for commodities that have corresponding acephate XXL until the GMPR can conduct a periodic review for acephate. Also, recommended that GMPR revise this residue definition of acephate to include metamidafos during its periodic review. The conclusion, the document includes an appendix outlining the internal management approach for unsupported compounds, which details the process for member countries to express concerns and provide justification for maintaining CXLs, as well as the procedure for seeking support and submitting data for GMPR review.
شكرا جزيلا لحضرتك.
Thank you very much.